Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm planning for the Halloween week. This is October 30th through November 5th. I just always have to lean over and look at the dates on my planner. But today, for this week, for Halloween, I'm using my vampire art from SPC. I'm going to pair it with gold and champagne lights, shimmer bundle, as well as some bat numbers, old bat date numbers from Sadie Stickers, some web hole protectors from Sticky Essentials, and some really pretty web spider web overlays from Planet Choco. They're probably my favorite planner, my favorite web overlays because they're just a touch in the corners and I think they add so much. But I'm not actually going to use too much foil with this spread. I'm just going to use those web overlays, the numbers, the date, the hole protectors, and the bottom washi at the moment. I'll probably bring in all the sparkles as well through the deco bits throughout the spread. But I'm just keeping it simple. Oh, bougie boxes, of course, always. I'm keeping it simple this week. I haven't really felt like doing a whole lot of overlays and also the glitter header overlays either. I don't know, I just feel like letting the art sing, and we'll put some more gold and sparkly throughout the spread when it comes down to it. So, sorry that this video is going so late on Friday, but I just haven't had the time to actually film this plan with me until it's Thursday, the day before right now. My partner's gone to work at the office, so I have time by myself just to chat. I have a wax melt going. It's a fantasy wax melts, the Weather Vane, I think. It's a lovely like espresso and caramel. It's just a really nice morning scent. It's just so rich, but also coffee, and it makes you think of pancakes basically. And I've got my coffee and it's morning time and I'm just getting some YouTube stuff done because my videos aren't going up as much this month because I'm gearing up for Planmas. You know, we're doing 25 videos in December, so I'm getting started on that. I just did a voiceover for one and now that's exporting, and then after this I'm going to be filming another one. So I'm getting some stuff done ahead of time, but I think that'll be enough of the base here so we can cut to me now. But yeah, I really like the way the spread has turned out so far. I think it's like really pretty. I just have my to-do list and I've been reading the next book in the Expanse series called Nemesis Games. And I've been enjoying it so far. I really do enjoy the Expanse a lot. Now, how did I do this normally? Yeah, I think I did this just the normal colorway. I can't remember now, it's been so long. I've been waiting to do this spread for ages, but well, I guess not waiting, but you know, I've just been so busy. So how do I want to do this? I might move work around here. So we're gonna do Coffee Monday, of course, and then we'll do the 3 and we'll put work in the next box. So Coffee Monday, I've got this little vampire mug, which is so cute. Francois would love her Halloween stuff. And then I have this really good matching Clever Girl Craft heart in gold foil to go with this spread. So I'm bringing those in for my videos. This video was November kits. And then I just want to mark in that my sale ended. This is a custom from Plan With Me stickers. And then I'm just going to move this around and I'm going to use this sticker because we had ramen from the new ramen place called Gin. Really, really good. So now we're going to put work in. The only thing with this is that I worked out twice again this week. I was really happy with that, but now we have there's a noise in our, there's a weird noise coming from our treadmill, I don't know, like an engine chugging noise. So we haven't been using it just in case. But while we wait for like maintenance to get back to us, we had to film a video of the sound, and we'll see how that goes out. And I'm so sad because I was really enjoying like starting up my routine and just getting on it. I think the treadmill really is the best one for me because I find it so much easier to get on and just use it. And yeah, so like it started at the end of this week, so all weekend I really wanted to go on it, and this week too, but I just can't until we figure out if the noise is just benign or if it needs to be fixed or what have you. But the maintenance people get back to us, and whether we have to return and get a new one or whether they can come in and repair it, we will see. Yeah, I was really starting to enjoy it. I've been wanting to be like, I want to go on the treadmill now, but I can't. But yeah, so that was this first couple of days is when I really got to use it last before I made that sound. Okay, so I'm gonna keep writing in X files for now, and then I'm getting the sticker labels in by the end of this month. I bought custom scripts from Planet Choco for X files, but yeah, I will bring that in next time. I think the next spread I will keep for the scripts, but I'll write it in for this week. And we're still watching X-Files. I think we've started season 3, and oh my god, so season 2 ends with a cliffhanger, so then you have to wait till the next season, like if you're watching it when it came out. And then the first episode back to season 3 also was a to be continued cliffhanger, so you got 3 parts of a story over a season break even. It was nuts. But yeah, so we are enjoying X-Files. It's a very easy watch, and some of it's a bit like, oh, okay. What is the choice here? But in a good way, So we're still enjoying watching X-Files. Although I feel like the season 2 had like 3 episodes in a row with the same kind of like thing. I don't want to say it because it's the word gets you like demonetized here, but it had SA involved in the story, like 3 episodes in a row. I don't know. And then there was a different lot of episodes that all had the same thing as well, like the same kind of crime or whatever. And I was like, this is a little lazy. They could have like spread these out a bit because it's just a thing of the week, so you don't need it to be one after the other. But anyway, Tuesday was Halloween, and I had this perfect little script from Caress Press and her mysteries. And I just used this cute little skull from SPC. Then it was payday, and I did more work. I brought in these red and these purples. Neither of them are perfect colors for the spread, but I think together they work. They're from Stick with the Plan Co, and I just really love her like themed pens. I really should get the new version that she has of her Christmas ones, but I don't know. It's been hard to do that. So, you know, Christmas, Halloween, I did some work. I cleaned the kitchen like super well. And then we watched some Treehouse of Horrors. I just put that in while we, cooked dinner and things like that. So, yeah, I really like Treehouse of Horror. And like Disney Plus makes a playlist of it, like here's, but the thing is the playlist, it's just a list, like it's not an actual playlist. It's like, here's a list of all the Treehouses of Horror. But then I just go straight into the normal seasons, like after you finish the episode, instead of just being just a playlist that only plays Treehouse. And that is really annoying. Like, come on, I just want to watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes right now. Can't you just make an actual playlist? Anyway, Disney Plus fail. And then we watched X-Files, and this has been a good spooky watch, I guess, for the time. And then we also played a board game on Tuesday. It's Patchwork, the Halloween edition. Locke bought it for me for my birthday last year, and we forgot to play it at Halloween. So this time we actually played it, and it was fun. I got the 7x7 tile like special, so I thought I was gonna win because I had extra points, but luck still won. So, but it was fun. And this Papershire sticker is perfect for because we were playing board games on our couch on our coffee table because we have a really big coffee table. Half because Heidi likes to lie on it. So it's somewhere for her to lie, but also we can clear it off and we can have we can play board games on the couch. So that was Halloween. It was a very chill Halloween this year. Well, I guess it is every year because I've never lived in a country that cares about Halloween. In fact, in Australia, a lot of people are openly against Halloween. They see it as an Americanization of Australia, but I'm like, well, but Halloween comes from Britain originally. And, you know, a lot of us are British immigrants. So what the heck are you talking about, Americanization? But anyway, God forbid we have some fun. Granted, Halloween there is in spring, so it's not really the same feels, but... So that said, I never celebrated Halloween growing up. But 1 year I did dress up in my living room, and it was just kind of a joke dress up because I used to like, my nana gave me okay, my nana gave me a sleeping bag for my birthday or Christmas. She did a lot of those, like all the kids get this specific present this year, and it was a sleeping bag 1 year. And it was a straight black sleeping bag, and I pretty much spent all my time in it. We kept it on the couch in my dad's house, and so every time I'd be on the couch watching TV or playing games or whatever, I'd just be in my sleeping bag. All right, I was a strange kid, but it was black, and so I was in my sleeping bag. And I just declared on Halloween, my Halloween costume is a slug. So I was a slug for Halloween. But yes, that's my only Halloween costume I've ever had. It was a slug. Yeah, that's a little story about kid me and my love of being in a sleeping bag. So Wednesday, a plan with me went up. I did a bunch of filming and did a workout. Well, I just walked on the treadmill, but you know, we do a brisk walk as long as I can stand it, which is usually minimally 20 minutes, but apparently a brisk 20-minute walk is actually all you need to like counteract sitting all the time. That's like the new studies about that. And I'm like, thank you, scientists, because thank you, researchers, because it's so hard to go further than that for me. I just find it so freaking boring otherwise. But I like the feeling. I'm gonna get sweaty, but I'm usually super hyper afterwards. But I also find it just boring while I'm doing it. Even when I've got like a video or book going, I gotta change up what I'm watching or listening to during a 20-minute walk. Otherwise, I'm all over the place mentally. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Look at this perfect book from Papershire with the blood. I just thought that was so fun. She has all these themed book reading pages. So this is like from the horror books. Obviously, I'm reading a sci-fi book and not a horror book, but I just like to use what they go with the spread rather than what I'm reading. I don't really read horror books. I read mostly fantasy and sci-fi. So I was reading, I started reading while I was on the treadmill. I was going through the prologue of Nemesis games, and I hit the right amount of time of working out just as the end of the prologue, so that was great. And I was like, oh my god. I feel like every prologue is just like nuts in the way it ends. You're like, oh my gosh. In The Expanse. So this prologue was like, oh man, jeez. Okay. I don't want to spoil it if you're going to be reading The Expanse. So, I suppose the scene for this prologue was in the TV show, I'm pretty sure. We're getting into the parts where I stopped watching the TV show, I think. So we'll see. I haven't finished the Expanse TV show. Granted, I don't think that the show goes past book 5, I don't think, because there's like a time jump and they just decided to end the show. So, before the time jump. So, I don't know. I'm just going on right now. We're just chatting today because I'm alone and it's first thing in the morning. I'm having my coffee. And I haven't been, I got to use my eyeballs to read here. Okay, so the pot is for making enchiladas because I don't really have an enchilada sticker. But oh my god, I've been making enchiladas recently and they're so freaking good. And they're good for 2 meals. It's great. And then the books is just for the X-Files, and then we got our new oh, this is crooked. We got our new humidifier on Wednesday. We just decided, like, you know what, we need one that can do the whole apartment, because, well, it's actually getting better since we had the humidifier, but if you remember last winter, my knuckles were all, like, super dry and bleedy and horrible, and then Andrea, not you, Heidi has been having, like, skin issues. She's always had kind of dry skin, but I think it gets pretty bad in the winter, so we decided to get a big humidifier, one that can do the whole apartment in one go, and we got this type it's actually an evaporator, so it doesn't actually like release any water, steam, or anything like that, like the cloud of water. It kind of just sits there and makes its little whir sound. It's a really nice white noise. And also it knows, you can set it to what humidity you want, and when it gets to that, it turns off. And then it turns itself back on when it goes underneath again. Really like it. You have to clean, like evaporators, you have to clean a lot more. Like they have like special pieces that you got to plug in, and then you like filters that you have to replace more often, but then we're only going to use it for like winter. So we thought, why not? And it's been really good so far. I've really enjoyed it. We keep the humidity on like 50%, I think. It has been working really well. And yeah, like my knuckles aren't destroyed, which is nice. That was like the main thing. Plus, we were getting so itchy by this time. And now I haven't itched at all, so yeah. Loving the new humidifier. But basically, we started on the 1st, and then we're gonna just change over the filters in it in January. So that's kind of the thing. But we already bought a pack of filters, so we're prepared. But that's the first half of the week. So, the second half of the week, I was still working late. Oh yeah, I got my new release of Walking in the Rain this week, which I was super happy with. Again, as I mentioned in my monthly, Walking in the Rain comes from one of my favorite A1 songs. We love a British boy band in this house. I used to love more other boy bands, but since certain things came to light, I gave up on them. I don't listen to them anymore. And I'm not going to go into it, but sometimes you just have to do that, you know what I mean? And it sucks that you have to give up something you love like that for moral and ethical purposes. But you gotta do what you gotta do that makes you feel right. So I don't listen to that anymore. But I have my British boy bands, and I love them so much. And I loved them back then too, but even more now. But A1 was like one of my special, like, I was obsessed with A1 growing up. And in fact, me and my friend group at the time had an A1 club, and we each had a boy. Ridiculous. I was a bit nuts about it, to be honest. But yeah, so I got A1, and then there's Irish ones as well. Like Boyzone's Irish, isn't it? I think so. As is Westlife. But then I also love Take That. And I really love one song from 911. Who else? I can't remember now. There's boy bands. Anyway, mostly A1. So I was listening to a lot of A1 on my boy band playlist this week while I worked. I worked late this day, so I just put that here. I did a big old tidy up through the apartment, and I binge watched some YouTube. All very simple. Okay, I gotta like take up some space here. Whoops. So then we got X-Files. Put this further down. X-Files, and then I just put that we had leftovers because we had leftover enchiladas, obviously. And then this night, after I finished drawing, I just went to bed and listened to Nemesis games. Just lay there in the dark and listen to it for ages. Really enjoying it. I actually really love The Expanse. And I really love the audiobook narrator. I think it's something you have to get used to, but I really do enjoy his voice. Yeah, so X-Files and leftovers. I just love all the characters. Although the main protagonist, Holden, is a little bit whiny sometimes. Oh my god. So it's like, when I get to the new chapter and it says Holden, I'm like, oh, not Holden, this whiny baby. I still love him, but he's a big whiny baby. Poor Holden. He's been through so much. Well, no. He's been through stuff, but his, like, the way he deals with it, it's like, oh my gosh. Chill out, Holden. He does a lot of cringe stuff, like this, like a scientist woman coming up and having to be like, I need to tell you something important, and he thinks it's about her like having a crush on him, which she did for a while, but he doesn't realize in the book at this time that she's moved on from him and banged some other dude. But and he's like, stop, I know what you're gonna say. And I really like you, and you're really beautiful as well, but I've got someone else, and blah, and she's going on, I'm like, shut up, Holden. She's trying to tell you important science stuff. She doesn't care about you like that anymore. It's so embarrassing, Holden. Anyway. And then she's like, no, that's not what I came to talk to you about. And he's like, oh, no. That's Holden, guys. He's a bit cringe. But he means well. His heart's in the right place. What a freak. But who's my favorite? I don't know. I think this is the first time, this book is the first book where we get point of view from Amos, and I do love Amos. I love him. I love him in the show too. If you know Amos, you know. So I finished up this set this day. I had the monthly plan with me go up. I did listings and got that released. And I used these cute little wellies to mark that because, you know, it's a rain set. And then to treat myself, I got a banh mi from Bubami. We watched X-Files and I read more of my book. Alright, and then comes the weekend. I've actually been pretty good, like, not working on the weekend. I feel like it's a good choice to do that. So I played a lot of The Sims on Saturday, but first we organized our bookshelves a bit, cleaned it off a bit. We had a whole bunch of like random garbage. I feel like we're not alone in that. And just having random garbage everywhere on your bookshelves. So you put it all away. Now we got a bunch of empty bookshelves, so we got to work on that. But so yeah, so we organized that first thing, and then I went through, and there had been a Sims update, like a patch to the game, so I had to go and update all of my mods and download a whole bunch of new CC that I saved. And I played The Sims, and I got a little baby thing here because my Sim did have some new babies. Well, a bit naughty. Is this the one this color feels different and not patterned, but it's not. But yeah, she had twins. And this is the generation of Not So Berry where she cheats. So these twins are not her husband's kids. But he doesn't know that, and he's just gonna raise them. And a bit messy, this generation, I will say. But, you know, of course the game gave me twins in order to punish me for the cheating. So I get it. It's not good, it's bad. Don't cheat, guys. It's horrible. Even if you're on a business trip in Tartosa, don't do it. Because you will get pregnant with twins. And twin infants are the freaking worst in this game. And then at the same time, the last generation, Willow, Generation 9, she's the green gen of this challenge, she passed away. And it was so sad because I got invited to the Spice Festival where you go and like, you know, have drinks and eat spicy food. So I was like, I'll bring Willow because I know she's dying soon. So I wanted to like have a last party because she was like a party girl, you know what I mean? And just as she's ordering pho, she dies. She doesn't even get to eat her final pho. And I was like, oh my God. But she died in front of everybody. Like, it was like 20 Sims there all crowded around crying over it. I'm like, this is how she would want to go. She wanted to go out in public in a big bang. This party girl who's a hacker. So, yeah, she passed away. So I've only got this last generation to do, and then the challenge is done. It's kind of nuts. Although I think my favorite was Tiger. She was the orange generation who was a criminal. And she was in my story of it, she was in witness protection. And she died in a pool, like relaxing on a pool floaty. Yeah, that's how she went, by herself. I think that's what she would love too. They kind of died the way they wanted to live, I guess. But yeah, poor Willow passed away. And then we just watched X-Files. And I binged some YouTube after that. Yeah, I just love making drama in my game. In The Sims. I feel like having a legacy challenge makes it so much easier, like, because you have tasks you need to do and a general storyline as well. So if you have The Sims and you've struggled playing, I definitely recommend a legacy challenge like Not So Berry. I've been enjoying it all this year. I think I started in March, and I'm still working on Generation 10, but I've been loving it, honestly. Okay. Let's see what I can fit in here. Boopity boop boop boop. Sunday. Usual Sunday stuff, okay? We gotta do our home stuff. So we washed clothes. I also did a load of like the underpants and stuff. And then I also washed our I still hadn't washed our old bedding. Our summer bedding, as I call it, because in winter we switched to flannel because it's cold. I still hadn't washed our old bedding, so I made sure to get that washed finally, and I put that away in the closet. And then I scrubbed down the bathroom, like scrubbed everything super duper nicely, and then I, you know, mopped the floor and everything, and I mopped in the floor in the kitchen as well. So we had quite a cleaning time then. Love my steam mop. Will never go back to a normal mop, honestly. And I treated myself to a burrito from Tortilla House, and I put these nails on, which are really pretty. They're like a velvet type, which I think is a cool effect. But yeah, so I did those nails. And then for the end of Sunday, I did some filming, but it wasn't this. So, I don't know. I filmed something, I don't remember what it was anymore. But I did some filming, watched some X-Files. We kind of just watch 1 or 2 episodes a night. And that's basically it. I think an episode is like 40 minutes long or whatever, so we watch mostly just 1 episode, but sometimes 2. So we got filming. I got stickers, so I must have filmed something. Something important. I don't know. Maybe it had to do with Planmas. I think so, actually. And then X-Files, and then I just played The Sims that night. I was just building. I didn't really feel like doing anything, and I was awake, so I actually just built our apartment in The Sims. Like, just like as a standalone house, but I tried to recreate the inside of our apartment, and it looks perfect. It literally looks the same like the bathroom does. It's nuts. So that was pretty fun. So yeah, I'll just write that in now. But that is the last half of this week. So I'm just gonna tidy up here and then we can get into the planner. You see I've already got started on the next this week. Well, I only started that like, yesterday on Wednesday, so. Oh well, I guess it's memory planning, so it doesn't matter, but I tend to like having the base done ahead of time. That's just for me and how I like to plan. But here is the spread and how it's looking. I think it looks really good. Love how it came out. We'll put some of these smaller sparklies in, because I feel like I used a lot of the matching scripts. So I don't know how many sparkles I'm gonna get in, but I'll just do what Andrea does. And put them next to like non-foiled stuff, but also what I do, which is filling in weird spaces so it doesn't look as odd. But I think that side's done. And then I'm gonna brighten up these like X-Files ones where I've just written in pen. The leftovers. Yeah, it was a good week. I got stuff done. You know what I mean? I got work done. I was working on the Hip Hip Hooray recolor, which I just got out, which is good. Started working on a custom for Andrea. It's a bit more of a complicated custom, so it's taking me a bit longer, but I just gotta rev up and get it done. Maybe I'll use a couple of these big ones because I haven't done anything on this side to film. Okay, there's all the sparkles. But I love the way the spread has turned out. It was a really good Halloween spread. Alright, I'm glad I didn't put too much foil in because I feel like it's still very foily otherwise. But I hope you enjoyed this plan with me and are having a good week so far. I'm going to enjoy the weekend. Otherwise, have an easy weekend, especially if you're working. I hope it goes through quickly. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week coming up after that, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye. Like and subscribe. Oh my god, I just forgot my whole spiel. Bye-bye.